All right, well, welcome everybody. We will start this meeting with an invocation, which we observe by a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And I just ask that this moment of silence be in honor of Ada County Sheriff's Deputy Bolton, who we just attended his funeral and just came back from it. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, will you call the roll?
Corliss,
Here.
Halliburton,
Here.
Morales,
Here.
Nash,
Here.
Stead,
Here.
Willits. 5 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. Before we move to the minutes, it's not on special business. There will be no motion today related to the request to reconsider. However, it is being posted for next week. It'll be on the agenda and it will be picked up then.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
just point of personal privilege.
Sure.
The mayor already acknowledged this at the beginning of our meeting, but we did all just come from a funeral for one of our first responders at Ada County Sheriff's Office. And it's a pretty humbling experience. There's a lot of things that you don't expect that you're going to have to do when you're on city council. And one of them is certainly going to a funeral for one of your first responders who's out there trying to do the best that they can to keep everybody safe, to do justice. And as they said at the funeral today, to show mercy. And at the end of the funeral, they always do a final call for the officer, and then nobody picks up. And it's, again, a pretty humbling experience, something that you really just don't forget. And so I just want to say thank you to all of our first responders out there today. Certainly some of them are at the funeral. Some of them are still out there working. In fact, a lot of our Boise police officers, because our police department's a little bit larger than some of the others, were covering shifts all over the place so that people could attend. So I just kind of wanted to ground that and take the moment to say thank you to all of our officers out there. I know that they're hurting right now.
Thank you. We have minutes from April 16th.
Madam Mayor, I move approval of the minutes for the work session and regular meeting of April 16th, 2024.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, clerk?
Corliss,
Yes.
Halliburton,
Yes.
Morales,
Yes.
Nash,
Yes.
Stead.
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries.
Thank you. And now the consent agenda.
Madam Mayor, I move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, clerk?
Corliss,
Yes.
Halliburton.
Yes.
Morales,
Yes.
Nash,
Yes.
Stead.
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries.
Thank you. We'll move to first reading ordinances.
Madam Mayor, I ask unanimous consent that all ordinances on the first reading calendar be read by number and title only and filed for the second reading calendar.
Without objection.
ORD-13-24, an ordinance amending Boise City Code, Title 4, Chapter 1, entitled Nuisances. Amending Section 1 to add the nuisance of personal property left upon public property. Amending Section 4 to permit notice to be provided by property posting. To permit immediate abatement of nuisances posing an imminent or ongoing threat to or impairment of health and safety. To permit a 24-hour notice period for the nuisance of personal property left upon public property, and to enumerate the storage and recovery procedures for abated personal property. Amending the penalty provision, approving a summary of the ordinance, and providing an effective date.
And now we have an ordinance on third reading.
Madam Mayor, I move that further reading of ORD-12-24 be dispensed with and the record reflect that it has been read the third time in full.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, clerk? Will you call the roll?
Corliss,
Yes.
Halliburton,
Yes.
Morales,
Yes.
Nash,
Yes.
Stead.
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries. ORD-12-24, an ordinance amending Boise City Code, Title 3, Chapter 11, entitled Downtown Valley Parking, to clarify legal authority and correct grammatical errors and typos, adding new definitions and amending some existing definitions, clarifying the types of valley permits, their limitations, exemptions, and abandonment, repealing Sections 7 and 16 and renumbering the subsequent sections accordingly, updating permit application requirements and permit fees, updating and clarifying valet parking permit standards, clarifying temporary suspension of valet parking operations, updating suspension or revocation of valet permits and reasons thereof, updating the penalty provisions, approving a summary of the ordinance, and providing an effective date of July 1, 2024.
Madam Mayor, I move that ORD 12-24 be approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, clerk?
Madam Mayor,
Oh,
just real quick, nothing to worry about here. This is something that we definitely want to see go through. Council's already shown a lot of support. I want to thank Hannah for being here today. I think that people don't always realize how much work goes into making something that seems like it's so simple, but a lot of work does go into it. And our council was very involved in this one, figured out a way forward. And I think what we've got is going to be something really good. So again, thank you for the hard work that went into something that I think is actually going to be really good for our city.
Corliss,
Yes.
Halliburton.
Yes.
Morales.
Yes.
Nash.
Yes.
Stead.
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries.
okay, I'll take a motion for exec.
Madam Mayor, pursuant to Idaho Code 74-206-1J, I move to enter into executive session to communicate with legal counsel to consider labor contract matters as authorized by Idaho Code.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, clerk?
Corliss,
Yes.
Halliburton.
Yes.
Morales.
Yes.
Nash.
Yes.
Stead.
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries.
All right, nobody's in the audience, but in case anybody's watching online, we will adjourn at the end of executive session. Thank you for joining us.